Good morning. We are at Valdeboy in Catalonia, Spain, the day after the 105 kilometers ultra trail, Buff Epic Trail with only 17 finishers. And Julia Böttger from Salomon International was one of the lucky few. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It was very hard.
Especially when just 2 weeks before that race, you had run another small race, the 170 kilometers at Andorra Ultra Trail, which you won.
That's
as well.
right.
Now, what does, first of all, for people who are not familiar with you in Spain, could you just introduce yourself in a few words? You are German, even though we're talking in English.
Soy alemana, I see.
She speaks, so tell us.
Just a poco. Well, I run a lot of ultra races, like all over the world. I'm part of the Salomon International team or Salomon Germany team. I prefer the long ones, more technical, normally, but well, yesterday I wasn't sure if I really like them. Well, this is, I think, one of the most technical things I have done, and I have done a lot. I did like Tour de Géant, Diagonale de Fou, but you can't compare it. The problem yesterday was that the Andorra was just a few weeks ago, and it's kind of the same terrain, so my motivation was a bit low, but yeah, I finished.
Yes. People may not be familiar with you, but you have raced quite many times in Spain. If I remember correctly, you have raced at Gran Canaria several years. You have raced at Mallorca, the Balearic Islands. Any other place, like in Pyrenees, some other time?
Well, I did the Grand Raid de Pyrénées, but this is on the French side, so no Spanish.
And you also, besides racing, love a lot, running into the mountains in your very own trips. Can you tell us about some tricks like going running to Chamonix and then?
Well, I love running and trail running in the mountains. That's why we're here. But I'm not really the racing person. So like every year I do my own trip. And I started with running to Chamonix from my hometown. So I was like...
From your hometown in?
Germany. So it's like 800 kilometers over the Alps, which took me like 3 weeks with my backpack. And this year I ran in Turkey. I did a 500k on the Nukian Way.
Right.
It's just, it's just me and the nature, and you have everything with you. It's just a great feeling. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. In fact, this year you had a nice project together with a Spaniard, with Nerea Martinez from the Salomon team as well. Finally, this year it will not come through, but maybe in the future. Would you like to mention something about that?
Well, this is, how do you call it? La Traverse?
La Travesía?
La Travesía. It's from Chamonix to Briançon. And you go in a couple, well, you actually go with 3 people, so we had a bit of a problem to find a third person who is running these 230k, I think. But Nerea and me really wants to do it, and you just have to choose a date, and then you're on your own, and you don't have any refreshment or stuff. You just go through, and then they take your time. So hopefully next year it will be ours. Yeah.
Precisely at Andorra, which was, I think, one of your most beautiful races ever, you were fighting with Nerea and Emily Lecomte. And I think it was beautiful. I was following the race because it's like you came from the back and moving faster and faster with 2 great rivals. And finally you ended up first, then it was Emily, then Nerea. Could you tell us something about how you live through the race when it comes so nice, like the perfect race? How was it from your side?
Well, I started really slow because I was really scared about the whole race because everybody said it's the most difficult and hardest they have done. So I had no idea how I can have to start. So I started really slow with a friend of mine, and I had, well, the half of the race I had no idea where the other girls were because I was just doing my own thing. And then I doubled Nerea and she doubled me back, and then I met Emily at the refreshment, and she looked out of order. I was like, okay, now I can go.
And this was close to the finish already.
Yeah.
It was like 20k or something like that.
I think it was like 30k left.
30K.
Yeah, but they really had problems.
Yeah. And how did it feel once you got in the lead? It's like nobody's gonna take me out of here.
Yeah, I was like, I have to run now all the way. But I really felt really good in the end. So I had a lot of energy left, so that was perfect.
Yeah, great race. Now, if we would mention some other projects for this 2014 season, do you still have 1 or 2 races left in your calendar?
Well, in 3 weeks, but I'm not sure. I'm doing the Transalpine run, which is like 8 days with a friend of mine, but yeah, we have to see how my legs are. But actually I want to do the Diagonale de Fou again. I've been there 2 times now and it's a lovely race.
Lovely race.
I love it.
Poles are forbidden in Diagonale de Fou for safety reasons. So you love them technical.
Yeah. And well, the whole atmosphere on the island, because all the people on the island just celebrate the race, which is really cool. And then November I do it's a sky running race in South Africa on the Dragon's Back, and you have to do your own orientation, so that will be very adventurous. Yeah.
Okay. Well, congrats on your season so far, and a pleasure to you, un placer, Juliet. Nos vemos.
Muchas gracias. Ciao.